I've just pulled up at the gym. I'm not procrastinating. I'm not. So yesterday I took a full rest day, and I honestly thought today I'd wake up feeling absolutely amazing, raring to go, and that wasn't really what happened. I literally woke up and I was like, oh, I don't really feel that good. I feel very heavy, I'm feeling bloated, and then I just thought, where am I in my cycle? So I pulled out the Flow app and it was like, oh, you have just entered the luteal stage. And I'm like, now it all makes sense. The hunger, the tiredness, the feeling and bloated. So yeah. But anyway, we're here, we're at the gym, we're going to do upper today, so it's a heavy upper session, and I'm going to do some cardio as well. I have brought a meal with me too because I'm going to have to get a few steps in as well, and I'm going to have to do a food shop because honestly I literally thought I was losing the plot last night. I felt like I was in the depths of prep last night, I'm going to be honest, because I did this a lot when I was on prep, right? I opened the fridge, I looked in there and I was like, where's my food? And I honestly thought that like Fee or Tim had like ate my food, and I was like, Fee, where's my food? And I literally stood there for like 5 minutes and I was like, I couldn't understand. And then I was like, oh yeah, it's Friday, I meal prepped on Monday, which means I have no food left. So yeah, I literally felt like I was in the depths of prep. Obviously I only got like not a lot of sleep. But yeah, obviously where I'm on my cycle now, it's all sort of like adding together. But it's funny, isn't it, being female, like you just don't really put it together until you actually see it and you're like, oh yeah, this is what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna go and get my session in now. Lots of things that I've been working on behind the scenes in the background, so that's basically what I've been doing this morning. Went on a walk, been doing lots of work on the computer, which yeah, I'll tell you about at some point, just not yet. But anyway, I'm gonna go get my session in. I will probably film a couple of bits, so I'll add that on after, and I'll speak to you soon.
Okay, let's go.
Just in case you wanted to see my meal, I got yogurt, cashews, dark chocolate and berries. So had my check-in, I took a few clips as well, so again I will overlay them because I figured out how to do that. I am getting pretty good at tech now. But with obviously my check-in this week, with it coming up to the time of the month, I'm feeling puffy, the scales are up, obviously I injured myself, so yeah, it's one of those weeks, but essentially we're just going to be focusing on nutrition, getting as much movement in as I can do, and then fingers crossed next week we're going to have a much more positive week with things. Hello, so we're back. I don't think I've recorded anything for the past few days, which is very, very bad of me, very, very bad. We hit a little bit of a curveball this week. So I got some training clips obviously over the weekend when I was able to train. Not been able to train since then because silly Chrissy here decided to pick up a weight and somehow managed to do a back in, and it wasn't even doing anything exciting. I was literally just picking up a weight and it just twinged. So I've had to pull out training this week, and yeah, it's annoying. I can sit and moan about it, but at the end of the day, it just is what it is. We've just had to take a week off training. It's starting to feel a bit better, so fingers crossed. Next week, I'll be absolutely fine to get back into training again. But we hit curveballs, these things happen, there's not much we can do about it. We just have to focus on the things that we can do. So that has been the priority for me this week, of just doing as many steps as I can do, and obviously just having a big focus on my nutrition. Now, I very much could have hit the fuck it button, right? Because not only that, I am now waiting any day for my period to arrive, right? And the scales have gone whoop. Majority of people would panic about that, especially with not being able to take all of the boxes. But this is just what happens, right? And that is why, obviously, tracking your scale weight is so important. Tracking your cycle is so important as well, so that you have a better understanding of how things work and you have a better understanding of your body as well. So, yeah, obviously I've been feeling a little bit meh the past few days, but because of that, but essentially we just got to do what we can focus on. Essentially, that's all we can do. Now, lots of exciting things are happening. My brain is like 20 million different tabs. 20 million different tabs are open, like, honestly. So if you are on my Instagram and you've been following it along, you'll see that obviously I am no longer part of Bespoke anymore, which is crazy to say. Yeah, honestly, it was such a huge decision. It really, really was. And I have literally had the best couple of years with working under Bespoke. Being a coach of Bespoke, I've taken so much away, like learned so much, had so much support. Like, I've come so far, and I really wouldn't be the coach I am today if it wasn't for Beth and everyone at Bespoke, So it feels so strange, like it's a huge end of an era. It really, really is. But it also means that, lots of exciting things are coming up. Like I decided to take this next move because I wanted to push myself out a little bit more, push myself outside of my comfort zone, see what I'm capable of doing. So lots of planning behind the scenes has been going on. Probably trying to plan too many different things, to be honest. My brain's just like, yeah, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. So I have spent this weekend as well just sort of sitting down, planning everything out. Lots of exciting things that I'm going to be announcing over the next month, over the next couple of months. Like, lots of different things that are going to be coming. So, stay tuned. That's all I can say at the minute. But yeah, it's gonna be a crazy year. It's gonna be a very big year. Even some of the personal goals that I'm setting as well, not even just within the coaching industry, like my own goals. Like, there's so many different things, so many other things that keep cropping up that I'm just like, Chrissy, just chill out a little bit, chill out. But no, like, we're here, we're doing it. Obviously, it's coming to the end of January now, which is crazy to say. Everybody's going, oh, it's February, and I'm like, do you know what it actually means being in 31st of January? It actually means that it's the tax deadline. Luckily, I was organised before today, and that's all sorted. I don't need to worry about it. But yeah, so it's been a bit of a crazy time, and I am actually launching something, or dropping something, should I say. I'm going to say dropping. It's not really a launch because I'm giving this to you guys for free, okay? And this is dropping on Monday, the same day as this YouTube is dropping. So it might have already been dropped, might not have already been dropped yet. I don't know. It depends just where I put this out. I've not decided that yet. But essentially, if you're reflecting on January, which you all should be, because I've spoken enough about reflecting, right, and how often you should be doing it. If you're reflecting on January and you're like, okay, maybe things didn't go quite the way I wanted to, maybe there is other things that I need to focus on, maybe motivation has just gone, right? Because it's dark, it's cold, motivation is always really high when you initially start something. After Christmas, everyone's like, yeah, let's get into it. And then that sort of like fizzles out a little bit. You see it in the gym. 1 minute it's like absolutely heaving, and the next minute it's like, oh, nobody can be asked to get out of bed to go to the gym, right? So, if you're reflecting on January and you've lost that little bit of motivation, you don't really know what you should be focusing on, I have got something for you, right? And I've spent a bit of time doing this, and like, this is literally from me to you, right? And it's not just, a quick little tip thing. Like, I'm actually going to be talking you through things. So if you want that, like I said, it is free, absolutely free, right? So even if you don't like it, like, you don't actually lose anything. So I would definitely be dropping me a message asking me for this. And if you're on my mailing list, you will get it anyway. So, you know, just do it, essentially. Like, you just want to do it. So that is going to be dropping on Monday. So today, if you're watching this on Monday, I think there's lots of other things coming up as well, and lots of clients as well setting some incredible goals, incredible. Like, I am so excited for this year. Like, I really am. So yeah, I've probably rambled on a little bit now. Obviously, fingers crossed we get back into training next week, fingers crossed. But we're still here, we're still showing up, we're still doing the things that we need to be doing. Obviously, you want to get this thing that I'm giving to you, right? I don't even know what to call it, but it's something that you need if you're feeling a little bit crappy and you don't know what to focus on going into February, right? If you don't know, remember, right, there's 12 months in a year, we're already 1 month down. You might think we're ages away from blooming summer, but honestly, it's going to come around quick. Like, stop being in the same cycle, right? Change the cycle this year. I'm giving you something for free, so bloody take it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this YouTube up now. So do the usual, like, subscribe, all of that type of stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one.